Welcome to Carolina Real Estate. Today we're at the San Pietro, the Carrell Group's model home in the Members Club neighborhood of the Grande Dunes Resort in Myrtle Beach. And we're visiting with Bruce Carrell, the president and founder of the Carrell Group, who recently celebrated his 25th silver anniversary. How exciting, Bruce.
That is exciting, and I feel old.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can't say, you've kept your youth. You obviously have kept your youth, but 25 years and counting, that is tremendous.
Big milestone for us. We were very excited to reach that mark, and looking forward to hopefully another 25 years.
Absolutely. As you think back 25 years to the mid-'80s and imagine the expansion and the growth of Carrell Homes or Carrell Group at that time, did you imagine you'd be sitting here today? I mean, could you have put it into words?
I don't know that I could. My inspiration to be a builder came originally from my grandfather, who was a house builder, and my father did a lot of building. So I consider myself a third generation builder, but I could not really have imagined, I don't think, or didn't, where we would be today at that point in time.
It would be difficult right now to imagine where you'll be in 25 years from now.
Yes, it is, or it would be. Yeah, we think more about the next year or two than we do that far out, but it's exciting times.
Absolutely. Well, of course, a lot of excitement today, the opportunity to get a little virtual tour of the home for viewers who can't actually get out here or haven't had the opportunity to get out and visit your model home.
Yes.
And also the opportunity to be with Sonya.
Yes.
In about 15 minutes to learn about Grand Designs and what all she's doing and the big award that you both picked up, both Grand Designs and Carrell Group, out at the ICF Builder Awards, at the meeting in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was very exciting for us, and actually the second time we have taken first place awards in that competition. We won 3 years ago.
Wow. For
a large project we did in Florence, South Carolina, and then again this year, both for the house and the interior. So that's a kudo for Sonya's company as well as our construction company.
Right, yes. Bruce, well, I spent a little time visiting your website, carrellgroup.com, and saw some fantastic information on there. It just pops up lots of questions, as you go there, just thinking about the fortified construction or ICF construction, about your 3D visual or virtual tours there, about the estate division. There's a lot of questions that cropped up. But real quick, about yourself, are you originally from the area?
I'm actually from Bloomington, Indiana. Grew up and went to school there, and moved to Myrtle Beach in 1985. Started this company in 1987, and it's just been a good place to be in the building business during that time frame, mostly.
Right, yes, mostly. Fortified construction or ICF construction, what exactly does that mean?
They're not necessarily the same thing. Sometimes people assume that they are, but fortified construction is a rating that we can achieve with new homes. It's a rating that was developed by the Institute for Business and Home Safety in Florida, not-for-profit organization that's basically just trying to help people like myself and the ultimate consumer build stronger houses. Stronger houses for wind resistance, stronger houses for earthquake resistance, and so we have safer homes that won't be damaged as much in a natural disaster, therefore keeping insurance costs down and better protecting the homeowner. When we build a fortified home, there's special engineering that's done and has to be monitored and tracked along the way.
Throughout.
When we're finished, IBHS will issue a certificate that says this is in fact a fortified home, and typically it will help the homeowner get a break on their insurance costs.
Great.
I sell the idea more about peace of mind than I do about anything else, because as you know from being in this area, when the storm's on the way, you don't want to worry about putting up plywood. You don't want to worry about, what am I going to do? You'd rather just lock your door and, take whatever you need to and be gone.
Right.
And fortified allows you to do that. Insulated concrete form, or ICF, while it can go hand in hand with fortified construction, is really a separate item, and that's an exterior wall system that's basically foam blocks poured with concrete.
Foam, right.
Yes, it's very lightweight when we start. It's a big block. It looks almost like a giant Lego block, if you remember those. And we stack them up. We put rebar in, horizontal and vertical, inside the cavity of the block, and then pour it solid with concrete. Incredibly strong, quiet, energy efficient, and storm resistant wall system. Also termite resistant. There's nothing in the wall that a termite would eat.
Wow. Bruce, now how about if someone had an existing home? Is this something that you could apply to an existing home, or do they have to start out of the gate and have it planned early on?
It's much better in new construction because we can do everything we need to do on the front end.
Yeah.
IBHS does offer some retrofit things that you can do. You can't achieve the same strength that you can if you're starting from scratch, but there are ways to improve your home if you want to look into that. They have a great website, and you can find out about the different things that they offer in terms of education and ways to make your home safer and stronger.
Well, I saw in one of y'all's mailings that the Carrell Group sends out, there was a picture of two homes, both hit with 92 mile per hour winds, a fortified home or an ICF home versus a typical home. And it was fascinating to see the the destruction associated with the typical home, and the other one just standing there, as you say, you just drive off with the hurricane coming.
I have been in that test facility where that was done. I was not there when that test was taken, but it's an amazing structure outside of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
Hundreds of giant fans, they look like jet engines, where they can simulate storm conditions inside a massive building.
Wow.
It's an amazing thing to see.
Wow, yes. Design build. I saw that phrase a number of times at carrellgroup.com on your website. What's the significance of that to the Carrell Group?
It's a huge part of our business, and it has been from day one. The first house that we built back in Calabash in 1987 was a design build project, and really it is a selling feature of what we do, but it's my passion personally, the design side of construction. Building it is interesting and challenging, but I love sitting down with clients, finding out what's important to them, listening, and then helping them figure out how to achieve their new home goals from a design and price perspective.
So are there certain designs you already have in play that, let's say my wife and I wanted to have a home build, would we have to use one of those, or could we have it designed specifically for us?
We have an extensive library, as you might imagine, after 25 years of designing homes, at our disposal. But quite often, someone sits down with us, and we may not have something that fits their needs or is not easily modified to fit their needs. So we'll start from scratch and help you design the home of your dreams.
Right, and I saw 3D Design Studio there at your website.
Yeah, this is a fascinating tool. We've had it for maybe a year and a half or so, and we can literally model on a large screen television and render the house in 3 dimensions. We can take the roof off, we can walk you through the home, we can add furniture to it, and we can literally on the fly, if someone's sitting there watching and they say, I don't think that bedroom's big enough, we can move a wall and show them in seconds how that changes the house.
Wow.
And even more interesting in some respects is we can do this remotely. We can have someone sitting in New Jersey linked to our computer system, and we can show them this just as if they were sitting there in the office.
Which I could see how that would be invaluable, obviously, even for local clients who would come in and want to see that and see it manipulated, but to be in the upper regions of the country and not be able to be here on a consistent basis. Now, this is typically done on the very early stages or as you start rolling forward in the design build process.
It's kind of at the design level, and some homes that we have in our system, if someone wants to look at them that's already been designed, it's easy as pulling it up. If it's a new plan, it takes a little while to get it loaded and massaged a little bit so it's in presentation form. But we found it incredibly valuable when we're working with people, helping them visualize, because some people can visualize from a two-dimensional drawing and some people just can't. And so putting it in 3D, we can even put people in the house. So it's a great tool.
That's fascinating. Well, I want to make sure we have time to do the virtual tour, but when I saw a state division at the Carrell Group's website, what's the significance? I imagine homes like this, all homes are probably in the estate division, but it must be something else.
It is, and you asked a minute ago about my visualizing where the company might be after a period of time. I know I wouldn't have visualized getting the opportunity to build some of the fine homes that we've had a chance to work on. 18,000 feet, 30,000 feet.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's like working on a hotel. So it's not something we do every day, but we have 3 very significant projects under our belt, and looking at a 4th project not too far from here. So we're developing a resume as a company that can deliver a product like that.
That is tremendous, Bruce. Congratulations. Well, let's make sure we take the time for viewers who have not visited your model home before or don't feel they've got a chance, which I believe they do. A lot of folks would, if contact you, have the chance to get out here to actually see this in action and say, can I put this on my lot, or can you do this for us? Could you give them a virtual tour?
Absolutely. As we walk up to the front of the house, we see a very interesting tower feature, entry tower, which is a significant component of most of the homes you'll see in Grand Dunes. Massive cast stone columns and a beautiful solid mahogany entry door with wrought iron scroll work.
Yes.
As you enter the home, one of the first things you'll notice are tall and detailed ceilings, coffers in the ceilings, a lot of crown molding.
Oh, yeah.
As on either side of you as you come in, you'll see a formal dining area as well as a formal library area. But probably the first thing you'll notice is a massive set of windows looking out onto the pool and outdoor living space, which is a showstopper when you enter the front door.
Yes.
As we continue into the master bedroom, starting with some beautiful arch-top solid frame doors, we have a elegant master bathroom, Euro-style shower, which we refer to that way as a shower without glass. You just step in and out. It's very convenient. Large soaking tub and very, very nicely appointed space for getting ready in the morning, including a coffee bar and a television.
I see this coffee bar.
Yeah. 2 large walk-in closets, and then the master bedroom itself has an alcove, which is a nice place to sit and read or do some emails, that kind of thing. Back in the great room, we have a social bar for entertaining. And then moving into the kitchen and family room, kitchen obviously is heart of the home in most cases, and this kitchen in particular, we've spared no expense in creating a very wonderful place to cook and entertain from. There is surround sound television component to that room, so you can watch a movie and entertain.
Right.
And it also, probably the most interesting feature of the house, this room features double doors that retract into the walls so that when they're open, you're basically adjacent to your outdoor living space. So
indoor, outdoor living, Bruce.
It becomes almost a giant living room outside by the pool.
Yes.
Outdoors, we have the pool, of course, which is covered by a screen cage, an outdoor tiki bar, which is kind of a fun thing, and also fireplace and television if you're sitting outside and want to watch sports or whatever.
Yes.
And the last room in the house, which is always enjoyed by the men in particular, is the man cave, or the club room, as we call it. Pool table, bar, card table, dartboard, all the things a guy wants to do when he gets a chance to unwind for a little while.
Right. Yes, Bruce. It seems to go on and on. Of course, for viewers who didn't have the chance to get out here, I wouldn't want them to think it's just a single bedroom. You also have some additional bedrooms.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention the 2 guest rooms, each with ensuite bath.
Right.
So very comfortable space for guests to come and stay for a short or longer period of time.
Yes, and a good garage area. Just it's very well suited and very user friendly. Incredible.
We've gotten great feedback on it and continue to, and it's been a great model for us.
I can't imagine viewers walking in and not saying, how can I have this? Where can you do it anywhere? And could you?
Yes. In fact, we build homes like this primarily in Grand Dunes, at least from the exterior style.
Right.
But a lot of people will have us do versions of this style house in other communities, and often we make them look like something else. It's not so hard to adapt the architecture to look like a more traditional home or even a low country home by adding porches and different details.
I think I remember you telling me at one point, Bruce, that you all had one of the few ICF commercial projects in the country, if not in the world.
That's right. We built a physician's office in Florence, and it was a design-build project, which was nice. And it was only the second commercial fortified rated structure in the United States.
Wow.
So in the commercial setting, it is wind and earthquake resistant. It is more fire resistant than typical, and also more burglar resistant.
Right.
Additional steps taken to make that building more secure.
Well, it shows the depths of where you could be 25 years from now as you all celebrate your golden anniversary, Bruce, and we sure hope to see that as it happens.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations again. Stay tuned to Sonya Carrell coming up next. Welcome back to Carolina Real Estate. We're at the San Pietro, the Carrell Group's model home in the Members Club neighborhood of the Grande Dunes Resort in Myrtle Beach. And as I said, we're visiting with Sonya Carrell, the president and founder.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Sonya. How about this? It's incredible. We love the virtual tour your husband just gave us.
Thank you.
It is one of a kind.
It's a fun house. It was a fun house to design and work on, and obviously we live here as well, so It's a great house to live in.
Yes.
And we've enjoyed it, and we've gotten a great response from the customers that we've worked with here at the model home.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine anyone walking in and not saying, I want this. Can you move it to my lot? I love this home. It's just, it is that way. It's so welcoming, and as Bruce described, opening those doors and kind of being able to walk indoors and outdoors and not feel like there were ever any windows there or any doors.
It's part of what we do in the planning process. They're called statement views, and that's part of when we're doing a model home, what we're doing. As you walk down a corridor or down a hallway, we may have a mirror to surprise you, or we may have an urn, on a pedestal, but we do try to do that throughout the home. We like to feel like the customer is being visually led so that they stay in the home and get to experience all the different parts. And then our ultimate goal is that they, even if this is their exact style, that they are comfortable with our quality and our processes and how we work, and us as people, that they want to work with us.
I bet. And that probably happens almost all the time. I mean, do you have folks that find you and say, how can I do it differently, or can you guide me in a different way?
I think people have to get comfortable with the whole idea, the process, building and design work together. There are a lot of unknowns and a lot of variables, so a lot of customers are hesitant about that whole process. So we do try to work with them on their level. Some customers will say, Carrell Group is building our home. I'm bringing all of my furniture from New Jersey that my grandmother gave to me.
Right.
Then we try and just work with them and tie that together. We may add rugs and window treatments and some new accessories. We may reupholster some pieces so that they still have those family heirlooms, and yet we're giving them a more updated, current look that will fit within their home and the size and the scale of their home. As you can tell with these taller ceilings, sometimes the lamps have to be a little larger than what you may have had in the home in Virginia, let's say, with 9-foot ceilings. Yes, exactly. So we try to meet that customer on their level. Some do come to us and say, "You're the professionals. We do our jobs. We're professionals. We want, Carrell Group to build the home. We want you guys to help us turnkey." We actually had one customer who said, "I just want to show up with my toothbrush."
Holy
and that's
cow.
what we did.
Oh,
we bought the linens, the towels, all of it, and that was just part of how we budgeted it with him and priced it. And he showed up literally with his toothbrush, and we kind of made that as a joke, but it was true, and we're happy to do that. But again, we'll do as minimal as do some window treatments in the formal areas. Some customers do it in stages. Some say, "I want to do living and dining," especially if it's a current home someone's living in. Let's update the master bedroom and bathroom. Next year, we'll have it in our plan to do the living room.
So renovating for Grand Designs is very popular.
It is.
That's been an important part of your business.
It is, and condominium work as well. As you know, a lot of the market on the Grand Strand is condominium rentals.
Yes.
So those units tend to get a lot of wear and tear, a lot of renters in and out. So we have to focus then on furniture that is very functional, sustainable. But then again, the looks, from Tommy Bahama that was very popular in the past. Now they're more updated looks. So sometimes that's just sort of a recurring cycle with those condos. So we do a lot of condominium work, a lot of renovation work, redos. And again, we will help a customer. They come into the store. Sometimes they'll come into our showroom at the Galleria.
At the Galleria,
and they'll buy a piece of an art or mirror. And as long as we've got the flexibility with our staff, sometimes we'll send them out to hang it and then say, "Is there anything else you need?" They seem to like that local service where we can come out and help them place it it just right on the
I
wall.
love it, Sonya. Well, I heard you talk about certain pieces of furniture that still have people's names on them.
Yes.
That ultimately will be tied to the home of their dreams or the condo of their dreams or really anything out there.
Exactly. That's fun. Sometimes they walk into the showroom to have a meeting with Bruce. They may still be designing the floor plan, and they'll walk in and say, I want that seat vanity. I want that light fixture. So we'll tag it, and hold that for them throughout the process.
What stage in the process was it that this home was being planned out and that you said, I know how I'm going to lay this out and design and find furnishings? At what point for this model home, at 4,000 square feet, how do you say, I'm going to do that and I know how to do it?
Well, most people that know Bruce and me knows on his end, there's a lot of pushing and encouraging me. I tend to put my customers first, obviously, so the model home and Bruce and Carrell Group, they're sort of always calling me saying, pick out those final paint colors, we're building the house. So there's a lot of conversation internally with our groups about that. But what I tend to do is find an inspiration point. Bruce and I are in the middle right now of designing and building 5 new model homes along the Grand Strand.
Wow.
And so each one I want to be different. Some have a different price point customer, so I want in a younger customer. So I want some younger trendy items that are still functional and classic. And then we're doing some more Grande Dunes models. I want those to tend to be a little bit more in this sort of venue that you see here.
Right.
But I tend to find something that's an inspiration. I'm a creative person, as Bruce is. So, and Bruce is involved in the process too, and particularly with the models. He'll sometimes mix something and say, that's a little too edgy, bring it back, to a more
He did not
classic
share
look.
that with us. He gives you all the kudos there, I can assure you.
Very good eye, very well-trained eye. But then I will get focused on something, as he said, no stone unturned. And for instance, in the man cave room, I knew that he would want a Ralph Lauren style wallpaper, the darker paisley look. So the ones I wanted were all discontinued. So I was on the internet just trying to locate that one, worked with some local vendors here to actually find it as well.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking for that inspiration point. It may be a rug, it may be a piece of furniture. In this home, it was actually a particular fabric that had the colorway for the entire home.
Right.
And then once we sort of pulled those pieces together, it evolves. It sort of falls into place. Wow. Sometimes I'll get stuck on an idea. What am I going to do in that corner?
Right.
I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll say, that's the answer. And I think that happens with a lot of creative people. Bruce will hit a design problem with a customer. 2 days will go by and it will hit him.
You'll have to have a notepad next to the bed. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I believe it, or tape recorder or something. That's right.
Right.
So you mentioned the internet. Probably a lot of folks do a lot of research ahead of time. They come to you and have things printed out and say, I'd love this to be in my home. Can you make this happen?
They do. The internet has really just sort of opened up the world for building and design and construction, architecture, all those things.
Right.
And that's a lot of fun. That helps us with a client. If they can show us one particular piece of furniture or style, that really helps us sort of capture what they see and the vision they have for their home. And then it's our job then to, what I like to say is, we actually like to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
I tell my staff, when we're working with a customer, I always say, show them what they've shown us they like, and then inspire them a little bit. Give them something a little different.
Right.
Take it to another level. If they don't like that, they want to stay in their comfort zone, that's fine too. It's still their home.
Right.
But I like to think as designers, that's our job, to really help give them something that they couldn't do themselves by searching on the internet. We like to think we help add that extra layer of expertise and design to really pull it all together.
I love it. Well, you said internet again. I got to say, granddesignsmb.com, the website, and use the word team on there a lot. You must have, it's more than just you and Bruce for Grand Designs.
It is. We actually have 5 designers at the showroom now, exactly, and they're all busy, and it's fun to see that buzz again as the economy's improving. Clients are coming in the door. We're getting a tremendous amount of local walk-in traffic to the showroom again, which we haven't had for some years.
Wow.
So the girls are excited. They'll be working on several projects with customers, have a walk-in customer, and we always juggle, and we're continuing with both companies to hire and continuing to add staff to meet that need. We're conservative business people, but if the demand is there in the clients, we certainly want to help them and do all that work that we can do.
What a great feeling, Sonya. And to know ultimately over the last 25 plus years of Carrell Group and over the last 13 some years, is that right? 99 that Grand Designs was formed. To see the two of them growing and making things happen and serving so many clients, both here and throughout the Carolinas, which is really special, particularly for another Carolina person with deep roots in the Tar Heel State. Absolutely, that means a lot. Right. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
This has meant the world.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to more Carolina Real Estate. coming up next. Welcome back to Carolina Real Estate. We want to thank the Burroughs and Chapin Company and all the fantastic professionals out here at the Grande Dunes Resort for opening the doors to get us out here today. If you don't know anything about Grande Dunes, check them out online at grandedunes.com, a 2,200-acre master plan community stretching from the ocean to the Intercoastal Waterway and beyond, with 2 fantastic professional golf courses and more amenities than you can imagine. And if you actually want to contact somebody directly, give Jim Frazier a ring at 843-385-1967. We also want to thank Sonya and Bruce Carrell of Grand Designs and the Carrell Group for opening up this magnificent model home with a virtual tour by Bruce and an explanation of the wonderful things going on at Grand Designs by Sonya. If you want to actually see it live time, give the Carrell Group a ring and see if you can schedule a chance to come out here. And our featured website this week is coastalcarolinarealestate.com. As you can see here, if you visit the site, just take a few minutes to check it out. You can search by location. It obviously has access to all of the homes, condos, land, multifamily, commercial listings even in Horry and Georgetown counties. And you can drill down to search by location, whether it's Myrtle Beach or Aner or Gallivan's Ferry or Surfside Beach or Garden City, Little River. You could search by any of those communities throughout Horry and Georgetown County. You can search by type, whether it's a home or a condo you're looking for, a piece of land down in Georgetown County, whatever it is, you can find it at coastalcarolinarealestate.com. But you got to take a look at this keyword feature. If you're looking for a home with an elevator, type in elevator, or handicap accessible, or if you're looking for 3-bedroom or a certain multiple listing service number, just type it into the keyword box and click search. It'll be there in a matter of a millisecond. Take the time, coastalcarolinarealestate.com. And if you're looking for real estate, look for Carolina Real Estate.